In contemporary societies, the notion of abstaining from sexual activity might seem absurd. After all, isn't physical closeness considered a fundamental aspect of a satisfying and healthy existence? However, there's a paradox at play. Even as sexual content and eroticism become more prevalent in today's culture, the actual occurrence of sexual activities is on the decline. Recent data indicate a particularly noticeable decrease among young men, suggesting that despite society's emphasis on the importance of sex, an increasing number of individuals are missing out on what is often deemed an essential part of life. But does this really present a problem? Is our need for sex as critical as we've been led to believe, or might there be advantages to living without it? This video aims not to dissuade people from engaging in sexual activities or cast judgment on those who do. Rather, it seeks to explore the potential reasons for choosing to forgo sex, often hailed as the ultimate pleasure. Pursuing sexual relationships, particularly outside of stable partnerships, often involves more challenges than rewards. For singles, the search for partners through social venues or online platforms like dating apps is time-consuming and uncertain, with success depending on mutual attraction and compatibility. Beyond the effort, risks include performance anxiety, the potential danger from individuals with malicious intent, and the ethical and financial implications of paid sexual services. Overall, the quest for sexual intimacy is complex and fraught with potential difficulties. The ancient philosopher Epicurus, known for his ethical philosophy that centered around the pursuit of pleasure, notably excluded sexual activity from his list of sought-after pleasures, offering a historical perspective on the complexities of human desire and fulfillment. The Epicurean philosophy regards sex as a natural desire, yet posits that achieving happiness and contentment, the ultimate Epicurean aim, does not necessitate fulfilling this desire. Epicurus further posited that sex is inherently non-beneficial, suggesting that one is fortunate if it does not result in harm, thereby implying its potential for negative outcomes. While Epicurus' view might not align with everyone's beliefs, several studies indicate a link between frequent casual sexual encounters and diminished mental health. The causality between poor mental health and the propensity for engaging in casual sex remains debated. According to a publication by the International Academy of Sex Research, sexual activities can carry risks for both physical and mental health, including unwanted pregnancies, sexually transmitted infections, STIs. Ultimately, whether an individual decides to navigate these potential risks and sacrifices is a personal choice. An alternative perspective on managing sexual desires comes from Diogenes, who, when questioned about his public self-pleasure, quipped, "If only hunger could be alleviated by rubbing an empty stomach." The principle, "the less you scratch, the less it itches," applies to sensual desires, including sexual cravings. According to Buddhist teachings, indulging these desires can intensify them, likened to scratching an itch that becomes more persistent. These urges are often attempts to escape life's dissatisfaction, leading to a cycle where pleasure-seeking can become compulsive, like overeating or excessive internet use. Indulgence might provide temporary relief, but ultimately, the desire returns stronger, making satisfaction increasingly difficult. The embrace of celibacy, as highlighted by various philosophical and religious traditions, presents a radical departure from conventional views on sexual relationships. This path isn't merely about the absence of sex. It's a conscious choice to pursue a life that isn't dominated by sexual desires or the pursuit of sensual pleasures. The perspectives of Epicurus, Diogenes, and Buddhist teachings offer profound insights into the nature of desire and the potential benefits of celibacy. Epicurus's viewpoint on sex as a natural desire that is not essential for happiness or contentment challenges the modern emphasis on sexual fulfillment as a key component of well-being. His cautionary stance, suggesting that sex is more likely to bring harm than benefit, reflects a critical assessment of the costs associated with sexual pursuits. This ancient wisdom resonates with contemporary concerns about the mental and physical health risks linked to casual sexual encounters, such as emotional distress, sexually transmitted infections, and the potential for sexual assault. The Buddhist perspective, particularly as articulated by Ajahn Nyanamoli, deepens this discussion by framing celibacy as a means to gain freedom from the relentless pursuit of desires that can dominate one's life. According to Buddhism, The cycle of desire and gratification is a source of suffering, and by stepping away from this cycle, particularly in the context of sexual desire, one can achieve a state of mental clarity and freedom. This approach is not about suppression or denial, but about developing wisdom and understanding the nature of desire itself. The personal accounts of individuals who have chosen celibacy, like the lay practitioner Mary Talbot, further illustrate the transformative potential of this path. By forgoing the pursuit of sex and romance, these individuals report experiencing a significant expansion of their mental and emotional bandwidth, which they redirect towards personal growth, spiritual practice, and other non-sensual pursuits. This internal transformation is described as liberating, leading to a life that is richer and more fulfilling in unexpected ways. Celibacy, chosen by individuals like Mary Talbot amidst urban and working environments, illustrates the potential of applying monastic discipline to modern life, shifting energy from sexual and romantic engagements to personal and spiritual growth. This lifestyle choice questions societal norms that emphasize sexual and romantic relationships as key to happiness, suggesting that abstaining can enrich one's inner life and redirect focus towards self-improvement and deeper pursuits. Experiences shared by figures such as Ajahn Yanamoli and the practical adoption by people like Talbot show the impact of societal conditioning on our desires and actions, from personal appearance efforts to broader life decisions for social and material gains. Opting for celibacy allows for a detachment from these ingrained desires and societal expectations, fostering a reassessment of true contentment sources and leading to a more deliberate and fulfilling life. This choice is not about repression, but opening up to new avenues for growth, closely related to the concept of sexual transmutation, the redirection of sexual energy to creative, intellectual, or spiritual activities. Nikola Tesla serves as a prime example, who, despite potential romantic entanglements, chose celibacy, possibly fueling his significant scientific achievements and innovations. The concept of sexual transmutation suggests that the creative and productive potential of sexual energy can be harnessed for purposes beyond reproduction or physical pleasure. This idea, while controversial and not universally accepted, proposes that celibacy can unlock our reservoir of energy that can be redirected towards achieving higher goals and aspirations. Whether through religious devotion, intellectual pursuits, or creative endeavors, the practice of celibacy and the principle of sexual transmutation offer a different perspective on how individuals can find fulfillment and purpose beyond the conventional focus on sexual and romantic relationships. In summary, the discussion on celibacy, its motivations, and its implications for personal growth and spiritual practice highlights a complex interplay between human desires, societal norms, and individual choices. It challenges prevailing assumptions about happiness and fulfillment, offering alternative paths that prioritize inner development, personal autonomy, and a deeper connection with one's values and aspirations. This continuation delves into the complex interplay between personal choices regarding sexuality and the creative and intellectual outputs of individuals. The mention of Nikola Tesla, a prodigious inventor who chose celibacy, highlights the societal perplexity and biases surrounding such personal choices. Tesla's commitment to celibacy was not merely a personal quirk, but a deliberate choice influenced by his understanding of the potential distractions and dilutions of focus that romantic involvements could entail for someone of his inventive and passionate nature. Nikola Tesla's choice of celibacy and his views on marriage, particularly for inventors, highlight his belief in dedicating complete focus to innovation. This idea connects with sexual transmutation, the concept of channeling sexual energy into creative or intellectual work. Although it's a controversial topic with little scientific backing, it's rooted in various traditions, implying significant personal benefits from celibacy. Not just Tesla, but others like Muhammad Ali, Lady Gaga, and Henry David Thoreau have also chosen periods of celibacy, linking it to improved performance and creativity. Despite this, celibacy faces skepticism, partly due to the lack of scientific evidence and the challenge it presents against deep-seated sexual desires and societal expectations. The discussion on celibacy and sexual transmutation offers insights into how personal discipline can intersect with societal norms, suggesting that foregoing sexual activity can lead to unique personal and creative achievements. It invites a reevaluation of societal views on success and fulfillment, proposing that unconventional choices might lead to profound personal growth and satisfaction.